This
What
conference
is
will now be recorded.
those people who did not attend the last session, I request you to go watch the video. Okay, so then only you will attend. Otherwise, it will be not very clear. Okay. Now, what is this doing? So you are having a method. Which method is this? Abstract method. So you have an abstract method. What this abstract method is doing? It is taking a single parameter and it is returning int. So what is this int? Int is the return value. It is which value? Int is the return value. So method balance will take a parameter called loan and returns another integer value. Returns another integer value. And what is the qualification of this particular interface? This particular interface is known as a functional interface. This is known as what? Functional interface. What is this? Functional interface. So whenever I'm talking about a functional interface, whenever I'm talking about functional interface, an interface that contains one and only one abstract method. One and only one abstract method. If it contains more than one abstract method, it is not called as a functional interface. Not called as a functional interface. Okay. That method which is there in the functional interface can be accessed in other class by using the lambda expression. Using this expression, lambda expression. So how a lambda expression is given? Lambda expression is given by, okay, so just the people who might not have come the other day, I'll just give them the overview. How does the lambda expression look like? Okay, so lambda expression might look like this. Okay, lambda expression might look like this. So what you have the argument list in the bracket, and you have the arrow token, and you have the arrow token. This is the basic style. Basic style. Okay, so we will know how can we use it in other ways also. And I will have the body inside the parenthesis. I will have the body inside the parenthesis. Getting my point? So what you are using here? Argument list, hmm, arrow token, and inside that what you are using? You are using the body. That using the body. Okay, right. So now, for example, this is a normal method. This is a normal method. So void meth into a comma into b system dot out dot println a plus b. This is a normal method we know. Then how can I convert that into a lambda expression? So a comma b. So here I gave a comma b. Of course, we can give a comma into b also, no problem. But there is no need of any method name, return type, those kind of. Yes. If you don't want to return anything, don't use return word here. Okay. Or you use something like system dot out dot println to print or something. Okay. So a comma b. What is this? Arrow token means what you have to do by taking a comma b. So you need to add. You need to add. Yes. So in that way, the lambda expression makes the method look very very simple. Make the method look very very simple. But the only condition is it has to be used in the context of functional interface only. Only in the context of what? Only in the context of functional interface. Only in the context of functional interface. That is very important point. Okay. So now we can use no parameters. You can use no parameters, or you can use one parameter, or you can use two parameters. That's up to you. That's up to you. How many parameters you want to use, you can use. If it is a no parameter, so simply don't put any values here inside. If it is one parameter, put one value. If it is two parameters, put two values. Okay, right. So then we went for the example. Now, okay, we'll directly go to this example. It's clean and neat. Okay. Now tell me, what is this bank? This bank is the functional interface. Functional interface means where you have one and only one abstract method. Very good. So bank B1 is equal to new bank. So this is called anonymous style. This is nowhere related with lambda expression or anything. Just for your information, I give you. So this is called as anonymous style. Anonymous class people generally use. Okay, anonymous class. So you don't have to create class one implement bank. No need of doing that. Okay, so directly you can access the members here. Okay, so this is which member? The bank member only. No? The bank member only I am using. I am implementing this. I am implementing. Okay, fine, super. Right. So go back, watch the video. You will understand more clearly. So I cannot go into the depth of things. Okay, bank B2 is equal to now. This is lambda expression. What is this? This is nothing but the implementation of which method? This is nothing but the implementation of the bank interface method. Which method? Bank interface method called as meth balance. Meth balance. What is the only interface? I mean, only method present in the bank interface? Meth balance method. No. So this is the implementation of it. In which way? Lambda way. In which way? Lambda way. That's the only thing that we will do. Okay. In which way, sir? In lambda way. In a lambda way. So you are having the implementation of that particular method in lambda way. In which way? Lambda way. Clear? Is my point understood? Okay. Now you are making it, and then you are making the implementation and you are running. Making the implementation running. So this directly refers to one and only method of the functional interface. So there is no other method to get confused. Okay, only one method is there. That is its implementation. Okay, and if you have parameters, okay, so if you have parameters, now for example, here I have a parameter. Okay, so here I have a parameter. So how can I use that parameter here? Loan. Okay, so loan. So that loan I am taking over here. I'm taking over here. So when you are calling it, you are calling this. Okay, right. Then lambda expression returning the values. Lambda expression returning the value. So what we are doing here, we are using lambda expression for returning the value. For returning what? For returning the value. So you can directly use the return keyword, or you can directly use it like this, or you can use the bracket also. You can use the bracket also. So no need to put things like this when you are returning something. Okay, I mean when you are writing a single line, there is no need of writing this. So without writing that also is fine. So if you are writing in a single line, if you are writing in a single line, no need of having this brace. No need of having this braces. Once again, I'm telling you, those people who did not attend the last session, please go through the video once again clearly. Okay, so then you will easily understand. So then we have multiple parameters, length, comma, breadth. So area 10, comma 20. So you can take it. As I told you, no need of any return keyword or anything. Directly you can use. Okay. So, but first of all, you need to have the idea on normal method. If you don't have idea on normal methods, I want you to go back to the video of Ravi sir, who have taught you that method. So please go back there and get the understanding of that. Then come back. Okay. Right. So in today's session, we will be understanding about the for each example. Okay. So for each loop or for each example. So now if you try to look at this for each, so generally for each, how we use for each loop in normal Java program. In normal Java programming, so we use an array. Okay, so we write for int I colon. array name and all. So that is fine. Now we also have a for each method. The name of the method is only for each. The name of the method is only for each. What does it do, sir? It basically is going to help us to iterate. Going to help us to iterate the number of and iterate the elements in the collection. Iterate the elements in the collection. So if you remember, we went for collection also. Okay. So what is collection actually? Collection of elements. So list game list is equal to new array. So what is this basically? Add. So you are adding the elements. You are adding the elements. So if I use collection here, I mean, if I use normal for each loop here, I would do like this. Okay, now what I'm doing sir, I'm saying game list. Who is game list here? We will implement, don't worry. So first try to understand. Game list, right? Who is game list? Who is game list here? Game list is the collection. Game list is a collection. So what is game list here? Game list is a collection of elements. So you have football, you have cricket, you have chess, and you have hockey. Okay, right. Now, generally, what is this game list means? What I will get? I will get all these four elements now. So, FB, cricket, chess, and hockey. Right. So first FB will go here, and it will print FB, isn't it? Then cricket, then chess, then hockey. That is normal for these. But in Java, right? In Java, right, we can have the same implementation by a very simple code. By a very simple code. So what we are saying is game list. Who is game list? Game list is this. Okay, I'll make it very simple for you. So this is game list. Okay. So game list. So this is game list. So for each element of the game list, for each element of the game list, for each element of the game list, you assign a variable called games. You assign a variable called games. So first time games will be football. Yes. Okay. First time printed. Next round cricket. Next round it will go on. Same thing, here also. One of I mean once at a time. One element at a time. One element at a time. Yes or no? Am I clear? Okay, now this is like, okay, try to look at the code. Now this is like what? We'll implement our own code. So this is a collection of, this is a collection of games. This is a collection of games. So now we will have a collection of courses, and we will add the collection of courses, and then we will retrieve the collection of courses by using for each loop and by using the for a normal for each loop and the for each of Java. Okay. Yes. Clear. Got it? Understood? What is the overall idea here? What is the overall idea? Three things we have to do. What are the three things? Creating the list, creating the array list rather. Second one, adding the elements into the list, array list, and accessing the elements from the array list by using for each, by using normal for each and Java 8 for each. Clear? Okay. So, okay. Now let's go for, okay, here no need of any functional interface or anything. Okay. Now create the array list. Tell me how to create the array list. First of all, array list is of which package? Array list of which package? Java dot util dot star. Util dot star. Yes or no? So array list is a part of the Java dot util package. Which package? Java dot util package. Java dot util package. Yes. Array list I hope everyone knows. Okay, because I also told you. Okay. Anyhow, Saturday we thought of going for collections. I think I missed it. So on Wednesday we'll again go back to that collection. We need to finish that collection. Okay. Array list. AL1 is equal. Sir, in that example, list is there, no? List is the parent of array list. If you use list also, no problem. If you use array list also, no problem. Okay. Now, array list AL1. So now what I want, sir, I want only strings. I want only strings. So this is known as generics. This is known as generic. So we want only string elements. We want only string elements. We want only integer elements. Okay, we want only employee element. We want only product element. Like that, we can decide. We can decide. For now, we will use the already existing one. Later on, we'll see how we can have the employee, how we can have the student, product, etc. Yes. So array list. Which type I want? Only string, because we decided what to have. We decided to have the courses. Courses will be strings or numbers. Strings object. Okay. So I will say new array list string. New array list string and close the bracket. Right. Now what is ready? Array list object is ready. Ready to what? Ready to accept the object. Ready to accept the string object. Array list also is object. Array list also is object. It is an object which is ready for accepting the or ready for collecting the data. Ready for collecting the data. So what is our job? Next job? Adding the elements, adding the courses, adding the courses. Okay. So we will add al1 dot add. So add. So okay. So we will add Java. So we'll add Java, Python. So Java, Python. So we will add something like DevOps courses and testing. Okay. So now I want to get the for each loop. I want to get the for each loop. Okay. Normal for each. So traditional for each loop. Okay, one my example, one we will create. So like that we will have two examples. For each. So for what types are there? String types are there. What types are there? String. So we will accept the string. We'll accept the string. So string the C and I will say AL1. AL H and I'll say system dot out dot println C. That now what will I get? I will get all the list of elements. So this is traditional for each loop. Okay. Now we will go for what? Java 8 for each. Java 8 for each loop. So the loop name is only for each. The name is only for each. Okay. So for each is a part of what? For each is a part of the collection. For each is a part of the collection. For each is a part of the collection. Okay. AL1 dot for each. AL1 dot for each. So here you need to write lambda like expression. Here you need to write lambda like expression. So lambda like, not exactly lambda. Lambda like expression. What is that lambda like expression, sir? So you will say, okay, course. Okay. So now what I'll say? System dot out dot println. I will say course. That's it. So accept each element as the course. In the see, what is the meaning of this? In AL1, add the each element as course. Add the each element as course means designate each element as course and print that course. Print that course. Course first one will be Java, course second one will be Python, course third one will be DevOps, course fourth one will be testing over. Yes. So with this, the system performance also increases. So you might ask me, sir, like anyhow you have for loop, no, for each loop it is there. Why I need to go for? So this will increase the performance. So here calls will be less. Calls will be less. So here see, literally it is calling like three or four times depending on the element. Again it is going looping and everything. So here that one will be taken care by this code. Yes. So forEach as a mechanism to loop inside. With that, what happens? Performance will be increased. What will be increased? Performance will be increased. So that's the basic idea. Yes. No, sir. I am very clear with this. I only want to use this. It's up to you. So for a fresher, it is not a big deal. You can use anything. But when you get into experience and all, so they will be asking you, how can you improve the performance? Okay, can you use Java 8, Java 9, Java 17, Java 21? Can you use, so like that they will be doing the research. Okay, now using forEach. Okay, otherwise I'll write system dot out using forEach. Okay, so using forEach. So normally this one using what? System dot out println. So it is using traditional forEach loop, right? So after election, we will be starting Hibernate. Okay, so this week we will try to finish with Java 8. Okay, so this thing is very important for each function interfaces, annotations. Okay, so stream. Getting my point? Okay, so both the results are same. Here you will not get major difference between that one and this one. Performance and all you cannot measure. Okay, so that way it is not possible. Now you understood this. So this is how you are going to deal with the what? Deal with deal with for each loop. Of course, it is not over. Let me put the note. So today we started with the for each. So for each. Okay. Now tell me the definition of for each. Now tell me the definition of for each. Sir, you did not tell us, no. Okay. Now read this. Don't worry about this consumer and all. Okay. Read this. Java provides a new method for each to iterate the element. It is defined in iterable, and the stream interface. Okay. So anyhow, we'll not have to worry about because we are using it on the collection. So what we need to know? We need to know that we can use it on the collection. It is a default method defined in the iterable interface. Collection classes can extend all that blah 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 will be there. But what exact idea is now? The idea is take a variable, use the arrow token, and use that variable. Use that variable. It is a part of the collection. It is a part of the collection because you are using it on AL1. No, you are using it on AL1. So what is the only thing that you have to give the answer in interviews? You can only talk about this. Java provides a new method for each for helping you out in iteration of the element. Yes. Oh, so that's how you need to go for it. So what type of method is this? See, default method. Okay, according to the Java system, it is a default method. It is a default. Okay, so now otherwise I'll cut that also. Right. Now whenever you are talking about the for each, you can simply define it as helpful for accessing the element. So it is a part of the collection. It is a part of the collection. So we can directly use it on the collection. Very good. So now we will have one more example. Okay, otherwise I will. also give this so that it will be easy for you to understand. See, after 10 years also, if you open the book or if you open the document, you should understand. That's my main idea, always. So now only we are not opening, we are talking about 10 years. Okay. Anyhow, it's my responsibility. Fine. So now we will go to example number 2 and what we observe here. Go to the last statement. Go to the last statement. Go to the last statement. System dot out double colon println. Double colon println. We did not even give the variable name, right? So we did not give anything, but we just said double println. So will that work? Okay, let's see, and then we'll talk. What is that? We will talk. So what I'm not giving this also, not giving this also, and I am just saying double colon println. This logic is known as method referencing. This logic is known as what? Method referencing. So we are going to now talk about method referencing. What is the next topic that we are going to deal with? Method referencing. So what is happening here? See, AL1 dot forEach. So what forEach will do? forEach will collect each of the elements. So forEach responsibility is only to collect that element. If you don't give also, it will collect. If you give also, it will collect. So previously you gave. What you gave? You gave like fours. But now you are not giving. But still it is printing the same. Still it is printing the same. Yes or no? Why? This technique is called as the method referencing. This technique is called as method referencing. So now we will talk about what is method referencing. But before method referencing, I want to go for forEach ordered. forEach ordered. So now forEach ordered. So what is your common sense? Okay. So here I'll write using. So what concept we use here? Practicing using method referencing. Method referencing. So what is this method referencing? I'll let you know. But before that, so we are going with the flow basically. Okay. So as I told you, saving time is our main aim. So using method referencing. So this is known as method referencing. So here basically println is a static method. Println is which method? Static method. All the methods can't be used like this. There are some restrictions. There are some restrictions. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But before that, I want to complete forEach ordered. Okay. Now, if you see forEach ordered, see the difference when you are looking at the output. Okay, again, stream we are using. No, stream is not. Okay, otherwise, what we'll do is so forEach ordered, we'll come back after the stream. That would be better. Okay, so that would be better. Now, tell me what is happening here in this example. Stream, after stream, we'll come back to forEach ordered. Again, stream is a big concept. Everything same. Everything same. What is the difference that you see? Like games, sports, everything same. But what is the difference you are observing? You are observing a difference by only that bracket, no? Only that bracket, nothing else. Yes? Okay, so only that bracket. Make like this also, you can do this. I wanted to tell you. Okay, so now as I told you, we will go for method. Here. So, can anyone read this? Method references, Java method references. Java provides a new feature. Of course, everything is a new feature according to Java 8. Is used to refer. I told you right. Restrictions are there. Refer method of functional interface. Okay, refer method of the functional interface. It is compact and easy. Okay, that is fine. So basically, each time when you are using lambda expression to this referring method, you can replace that lambda by method refer. That is what we did. So games, scores, instead of that lambda kind of thing, we just did that with what? Method referencing. No, we just did that word with the method referencing. Okay. So what are the rules? We can refer to a static method like println. We can refer to an instance method. We can refer to a constructor. We can refer to a constructor. So we can refer to what? Static method. We can refer to an instance method and we can refer to a constructor. So what is a constructor? Constructor is a method that has the same name as of the class name. As of the class name. So for example, public student. Student is a class name. So now you'll have also a method with the name student. That is called a constructor. That is called a constructor. We have two types of constructor. Like we have default constructor, parameterized constructor, like that. Yes. Okay. Now what is a static method? The method which is declared as static. The method which is declared as static. Obvious. Okay. Now you can refer to a static method inside the class. Okay, so already we did this example also. So static method inside that we created bank and everything, right? Okay, forget it if you don't remember also. Now tell me what is this? Interface shape. What is it having? It is having one abstract method. So it is a candidate of functional interface or not? Sir, you did not give that at the rate. No, no need. If you are not giving also and you are having only one interface, no problem. So that becomes a functional interface. That becomes a functional interface. No worries. Okay. Right. Next. Now, what is the method in the inheritance class? We have something like say something. We create our own class. So say something class. So what we said? Let's say something class. We said hello. I will help circumference. Which method is that? Static method. So now inheritance colon say something. Inheritance colon say something. So what is happening over here? Who will be called? Say something will be called. So say something is of which method? I mean, which is in which class? Is in the inheritance class. This is the inheritance class. Okay, inheritance colon say something. So what will happen over here? Inheritance colon say something means who will be called? The say something will be called. Say something will be called. And its instance is created. Whose instance is created? Inheritance instance is also created. Inheritance instance is also created. Yes or no? Whose instance is created? Inheritance instance is also created. So again, no need of anything like saying implements and all. Not required. Is my point clear? Yes. So no need of saying implements that shape. No need. Directly we are saying inheritance. So we are making a method call also. We are creating the instance also. We're creating the instance also. And calling which method? Calling the circumference method. Calling which method? Circumference method. Circumference method. Okay. So you can have your own circumference here. So what is the circumference here? So basically the say something. Basically what? Say something. Yes or no? Okay. Now we will have our own. So okay. Otherwise that example we will write. So then we will go for. Okay. Now tell me what is the parent class? I mean what is the class that we have there? Interface shape. Let's create the same class. Not a problem. The shape. Next. So we have a which method? We have a which method? We have a abstract method. So we have, so we will not create the same name. So we have something like method. Method is in the shape. Method is in the shape. Oh, now we will not have all this. Also, right? Now I will have a static method here. I'll have a static method. So I will say static void method one. Static void method one. Okay. Okay. So now I will create normal method also. Void method two. We'll see. Will this be accessed or not? Okay. Now method one obviously will be accessed. No, method one obviously will be accessed. Okay. System dot out of println. Hello, I'm a static method. I'm a static method. Hello, I'm a static method. Right? Okay. Then hello, I'm a non-static. I'm a non-static method. Right? Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to say lambda expression demo class, okay, double colon, double colon, double colon, which method? Method one, static method. So static method can be called. Yes or no? Static method can be called as we speak, right? Now here, right? Okay. So now what we did here? Now suppose for example if I am saying this, okay, so it will say I cannot run it. Okay, so that is why I am taking off this. Okay, so lambda demo colon method one. Okay. Now same thing. Let's try with non-static method also. So this time I will say shape h2, and this time I will say method 2. Now tell me what it's saying. Cannot make static reference to the non-static field of type something. Why? Because I can access the static method. I can access the static method. Okay. So if you want to access the instance method, we will see how it does. Okay. Okay. For now, we will just ignore that. Okay. Now, what is S1 dot? So S1 dot. Okay. So what S1 dot? What you can say now? S1 dot. You can see method here. You can see method, right? S1 dot method. Okay, S1 dot. Now tell me which one will get executed? Which method is getting executed? Okay. Now what is the literal meaning here? What is the literal meaning here? What is the literal meaning? Try to think. Try to think. I'll give you 1 minute. Go to the main first. You are calling METH. Okay. Now, when you are calling METH, which code is getting executed? Which method is getting executed? Think once again. Abstract method is getting called, but which method is getting executed? Exactly. Means, can I say this is the implementation of this method? Can I say or not? Can I say this is the implementation of this method? Can I say or not? That is obvious. Okay. So this method is the implementation of this method, this abstract. Yes or no? So when you are saying method, generally, forget about Java it and all. Generally, what should happen? It should search for generally it will search for the overridden method. Generally, it will search for the overridden method. But here, no overriding, nothing. So here we are having the implementation of this method here, literally. Yes. The same thing is happening with lambda also, no? The same thing is happening with lambda also. Yes or no? Same thing is happening with lambda also. Clear or not? But how it will get executed? This is a different style. So you are using method one. You are using what? Method one. What you are using? Method one. So in that way, you are getting this executed. Am I clear? Yes. So now you read the definition once again. Okay. You can refer to a static method defined in the class. Okay, static method defined in the class containing class static method containing class. So don't give the interface. Static method containing class. Who is the static method containing class here? The inheritance here. Yes, am I clear? Okay, so that is how the syntax is. Okay, fine. Next, we will look at okay, this one. Now tell me, there is something called by function. What is that called? By function. So by function is uh, used to apply this particular parameter. Apply this particular parameter. So now what you are doing here, you are saying rectangle colon area. What you are saying? Rectangle colon area. So means where the call is going. So rectangle colon area means where the call is going. The call is going here. Okay. What it is returning? It is returning integer. So what a by function do, By function will help you out in giving you three values. Giving you how many values? Three values. Two for inputs, one for outputs. Two for input, one for output. So how can you call that, sir? We use apply method. What we use? Apply. So where this 10 and 20 will go? 10 will go into A, 20 will go into B. 10 will go into A, 20 will go into B. Okay. And what it will return? It will return A into B. It will return A into B. And this is the return value. This is the return value. So we will use this. We will use this later. But now try and understand. Okay. Right. So which interface is that? By function interface. By function interface has which method? Apply. So if we have parameter, so previous one was like not having any parameters, but we have parameters means we need to go for the by function and you have to use the method difference. Okay. Now coming to the reference to a instance method. Okay. So reference to instance method means, see what is happening. Try and understand. Simple. What are the methods here? Okay. Say method, say something method. Okay. Say something method is in the inheritance. Okay. Now, when you are creating inheritance object, you are getting inheritance object. And what you are saying here? H. So instead of inheritance, you are using H. Why? Because here we are working with non-static. Here we are working with non-static. Non-static requires reference, no? Okay, non-static requires reference. H say something. So where that say something is going, say something is going and making a call to this. Yes or no? Okay. Now you are saying sayable dot say means this is the implementation of the say class or not? That is the implementation of the say class or not? Same thing. But there you have static method, here you have non-static. Here you have non-static. Only that difference. This is the only difference. Nothing else. Is that clear? Yes or no? Got it? Okay. Next, same thing, new inheritance. New inheritance instead of this line, directly we are using this. And finally, constructor. So constructor very simple. You can just simply say new. If you say new, where the call is going? If you say new, where the call will go? So the call will be made to the constructor. The call will be made to the constructor. So constructor gives the implementation. Constructor gives the implementation. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, with example, we will see in our tomorrow session. Okay. So Java 8 is going to be very interesting now. So because once these things are over, you will get into stream. There you will be doing some function. There will be some more program. But here you need to understand this. Conceptual understanding is important. Okay. Right. Thank you. So we will meet tomorrow with much more.